Okie dokies. Okie dokies, ladies and gentlemen, after some technical difficulties and everything else, which was kind of expected to have happened, we are actually joining in another round, I believe 2 game or something like that, and which outcome we are waiting for. The system actually rated me with 9 viewers, thank you very much, much appreciate that, and I don't know why, but okay. What's the situation this time? You're not gonna be live? Or what's the situation with you? It's probably worth tolling for you. Anyways, I'm giving you a shout out because I should. And yeah, I'm casting a game. Back to the game. So yeah, we are looking at best of 3 between these 2 guys, which are going to be playing, and whoever is losing is going to play against me in a best of 1 in a loser's bracket, and who is winning is going further. That's the usual thing. What happens is if I cast the games which are actually from round 1, round 2 or something like that, or I have fallen or I have not been falling anyways. So yeah, we are looking at the main base of DeVoid ClickMan, which is Terran player, pink Terran Emperor here on the right top corner, and he is playing against a Zerg player, red Zerg player here, CaptainRex on the bottom left corner. The first game in this matchup is actually taking place on Tourmaline Ladder Edition, and yeah, I'm curious why system did raid me actually. Because technically he shouldn't be. Well, he maybe is fixing his technical issues, so he's like restarting his stream or whatever. Hopefully that's not the case, but or that is the case, because I would love him to co-cast the finals at least, or the semis and finals and whatnot. Nevertheless, we are looking at this game, and yeah, pretty much the start is as standard as it is. I'm very unused to casting ZVTs because we usually cast ZVPs or PvPs, but there we go. It's a barracks opener with a reactor, and there's going to be a factory being built next, which is pretty standard 1-1 opener. Meanwhile, the CaptainRex is actually going for 3rd base pretty fast. He's working, yeah, he's fixing the bug fixes and everything for the website, the technical difficulties. Yeah, I understood that, so he's like tapping out of everything, and unfortunately that's how it is. But yep, that happens. As I said, we will have to make some other shenanigans, some other trial. Something came up, so I couldn't participate. Still a little busy now. Oh man. And so you missed the Amateur League tournament, Lauren, and also this one? Jesus. Okay, sorry guys, I'm not trying to cast. I'm getting distracted too much. Anyways, I saw there is like 2 more factories, or 1 more factory being built right now. It's 1 more factory and command center, so it's like 1-2 actually. Could it be 1-3-1? It will be 2 Hellions, 3 Hellions, so it's many aliens. It could be like Hellion Marine push here from the Terran player. Meanwhile, the Zerg player, the CaptainRex, is preparing Roach Warren, double evolution chamber. And yeah, the link speed is finishing here for the Zerg player. The Zerg player is droning heavily up right now, so that's a lot of economy being made. But Hellions, the first Hellions are arriving over here. What will be the next outcome? The barracks were lifted, the 3rd factory is being built, which means that this Terran player is going for McLaren or Hellion Cyclone build. Some 4 drones were being baked up in the attack, in the concrete attack, and the layer is being built. The Roach Warren is here, so technically the Zerg player has the advantage which he needs, which means that he can surely go up a little bit more drones, get like 4 gases running, and just pump the roaches, get the roach speed after the layer is done, and pump the roaches to be able to trade out with the Hellions and Cyclones. His Overlord were flying in, or still is, in the main base of the Terran player, which means that he's seeing every building and every troop coming out of this Terran player. He's actually sending his Lings for attack to check if there is a third base, but there is actually no third base down yet. Every tech building is still in the bases. The third base is still there. There's fourth factory being built, and the Cyclone is killing the Overlord number 2, thanks to barracks which are flying around. The Lings are here waiting to be prepared, and there is a laser of Overlords being made right now. The roach speed has started. Gases being mined from 2 gases still. That's not enough right now, I believe, but some drones are being droned, so the third base economy is being fulfilled right now for the Zerg player. The Lings have jumped into the base, but I don't think their attack did succeed much, since it was just suicide run against Hellions and Cyclones, and that is exactly what is happening. The resources lost is in advantage of Terran player right now, as we know that's when the game starts usually is the case. And there are couple more factories joining in the party, which means there are 6 factories here from the Terran player. There is burrow upgrade being made for the roaches, which might mean that the roaches and might get also tunneling claws, which would allow them to dig through the earth to find more damage. But the Lings here are finding out the blue flame Hellions, which are just baking them up. So this kind of play, if you're playing with the Lings, it asks for much more hatcheries, for much more production buildings, perfect injects, and a big amount of larva, while the roaches are a little bit sturdier, and you actually need infestors to be able to catch out the Hellions and Cyclones, or wrap around it with Lings, and Lings needs to survive the blue flame Hellion, which is really hardly possible. Much more roaches are joining in the army right now. The army supply is in favor of Zerg just by 1 roach, pretty much by 2 supply. One Hellion was caught there a little bit, which is really nice. The third base for the Terran has been saturated mostly. There are still a few more SCVs to go, but you know, Terran doesn't need that. They need energy to drop the mules. The armies are now changing the directions. Roaches going one direction, and Hellions and Cyclones in being around coming the another. There is still no wraparound possibility, so Cyclones actually are not strong against the Lings themselves, and the Hellions are losing to the roaches. So technically roaches are one of the best, the sturdiest answer, but you need to catch this ball in hand. Here comes the trade. The roaches are being unburrowed. That didn't help them much, and there is actually a scan, so all the roaches have been eliminated. There is a little pack of roaches here. It might ask for another scan, and the scan has landed. I believe the Hellions were used pretty much to just shoot their own friendly units to get the damage, because Hellions still do the damage in line, and still it does the damage even though it's burrowed units. So here comes another fulfillment of an army, but army supply now is immensely in favor of Terran player, and that's how it should be looking after this point and time. The fourth base has gone down for the Zerg player, which was actually not that saturated. There's still nothing, no upgrades and no infestation pit. No upgrades have been started with tunneling claws +1 and ranged upgrades, but still no infestation plate for the infestors, which would be glorious with the fungals to catch out this army. There is like half of the supply of army now trying to face twice as big of an army of the Terran from Zerg's side. There's actually a siege tank joining in the party, so that could be leapfrogged forward to get some push. One Overlord did go down over here. There's much more units being coming. The surprise was tried to be made surprise with burrow thing. Not much success, and there are 2 siege tanks right now, and they will try to leapfrog. I don't believe that it was GG, or maybe it was, but the game, yeah, it was no GG, and the game is over. Let's jump to game number 2. Alright, Ethan, we have best of 3, and we are looking at the player which won or took the first map with a McLaren build, and it's DeVoid ClickMan, which is playing Terran here in the pink colors on the right bottom corner of 10,000 feet seas, as I like to call it, and he is facing the Zerg player here, who is playing in the red colors, CaptainRex, in top left corner. And obviously I was distracted many of the times. Sorry about that. That happens, but we will get the casting mode on. We will get used to it. You know, it's still technically kind of. I don't think it is actually first time of the year. Well, the tournament, I think it is the first time of the year that we are actually casting a tournament. That's for sure a thing. So let's see what's up. Well, everything looks so far so standard. So it's supply depot into barracks from the Terran player. It's hatchery first into Overlord and spawning pool from the Zerg player, and everything is going as previously it was. Well, I would assume that the Terran player might actually not change his strategy, so it's going to be dependent on what is the Zerg going to be doing. And this is 10,000 feet, so there is the third base is in weird position. Technically this is the third base that you should take, this is the fourth, but it has 2 openings here. And actually the third or the fourth also has 2 openings, but for some reason the closest natural actually is this, which also has technically 2 openings. One of them is just breaking rocks, so yeah, it's a lot of things. Well, it still looks that the ClickMan is making a factory over here, and actually he's going for double factory, which means that he's doing exactly the same strategy as he did before. The nothing is being changed from his side of strategy. The question is what's gonna be happening from the Zerg here. So as I said, I would probably choose the roach path, but we'll see how this time the Zerg player is going to act knowing this situation, because his Overlord is pretty much scouting that is again the same 1-3 opener. It's not actually 1-3-1, so it's not like barracks into 3 factories into starport. It's actually just 3 factories into 3 more factories later on, and it's a lot of Hellions coming to be built up. The link speed has been started. This time there is no third base yet from the CaptainRex, from the Zerg player here. Previously he had pretty fast third base. He's actually sending 8 links to the both sides. 4 of them are meeting the Hellions and taking the full ray of flames, and 4 of them are going down. The blue flame is being researched from the Zerg player right now, and the Hellions already in mineral lane, killing all the dronies down. Meanwhile, the 4 links, I don't know where they went. I guess they are pulled back for defense, but not before losing at least 5 drones in the natural here for the Zerg player. There is a spine collar being built right now. The queen has found the barracks, which is floating, which is usually the pretty much scouting unit. It's not useless actually. If you manage to kill the barracks, for example, right after they have been lifted, or close to after they have been lifted, that means that nothing else can be built for the Terran player. He must rebuild the barracks to be able to build a factory or any other building. The links did wait successfully until the Hellions pass, and they catch out some cyclones, but unfortunately they are kind of, I don't know what was it was AI or it was move commands, but they actually didn't catch out any of opposing troops. Queen is still a little bit hurting the barracks, but that's not a big damage. There is 3 cyclones, 4 Hellions arriving here at the base, and blue flame has been done, so that's gonna be a lot painful. The lair has been started. It's still only 1 gas, it's double lair. There is the 3rd hatch being thrown down like a macro hatch to be able to provide more units, but and evolution chamber. kind of wall-off situation, but not really. The lock-ons have been used on clearing off the spine crawler. There's 3 queens which are already getting rid of barracks, while the lings are jumping on blue flame hellions, which are pretty much kiting them out. There is pretty much no more troops. It's just 4 more lings, 16 more on the way, but they might all just get cooked. And the attack is full force here onto the Zerg player, and yep, he loses like 3 overlords, he loses all of the Zerglings, all of the queens. No GG has been called, and game is over, and the matchup is over. ClickMan takes game number 2, moves forward to the I don't know, quarterfinals or round 3, and the Rex is going to the lower brackets.